Hello everyone, my name is Jimmy and welcome back to The Last Lap. We have a bunch of stuff to plan for this episode, including some news that came out. And on top of that, it's Darlington, so that means it's Throwback weekend for NASCAR. A bunch of drivers will be paying tribute to drivers in the past with special paint schemes this weekend. So we're going to put a little bit of a twist on things for this episode once we get into our picks and predictions. Before we hop into it, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really does go a long way. And you can check us out on Instagram and Twitter at The Last Lap News. We just hit 100 followers on Instagram, so thank you guys so much for that. And now we're going to hop straight into it. I got my friend and co-host Matthew on the show as always. How you doing today? Are you ready for Throwback weekend to come? And I know you're stressed with finals as well as I am, so are you ready for Darlington Throwback weekend?
Yes, I am. I'm already tired. I had to wake up 6 in the morning and do a final, I had to do a final this morning, along with 2 finals I did yesterday. So it's already been a long couple days.
Yeah, so at least I am prepared for Darlington Throwback weekend. I have my Jeff Gordon shirt on, and Matthew has his throwback hat, it looks like. And in addition to the shirt and stuff, I have classic Jeff Gordon.
I was there for that
rainbow diecast right here.
I saw that in person.
One of the best paint schemes I've ever seen. Yeah. I wish I could have seen that in person on track like you did, but that was one of the best paint schemes I think ever thrown back. Obviously, I'm a Jeff Gordon fan, so no bias or anything, but I mean, you can't go wrong with the classic rainbow diecast cars. So I feel like that's one of my favorite paint schemes ever. And now we're going to hop into some news. So the first thing we're going to talk about with news, first and most importantly, Derek Lancaster, the driver who was involved in the ARCA Series wreck at Talladega a few weeks ago, he was released from the hospital. So that was great news to hear. If you didn't know, he was involved in an accident and the car caught on fire. And he had to go to the hospital and was on a breathalyzer or ventilator. Yeah, ventilator. Oh my goodness. But he was on one of those for a few days, so it's great to see him out of the hospital and on the road to recovery. And now we're also going to talk about Rafael Lessard, who was let go by GMS Racing earlier this week, and he made a release that said that he stepped away to focus on 2022, so I'm hoping the best for him as he's a young driver, and I hope that he can get whatever he needs to get done this year to focus on next year. And for GMS Racing in general, they're kind of struggling a little bit. They had 2 drivers in the Final 4 last year and not a lot of sponsorships, so I'm hoping that they're able to get things together. So Matthew, what do you got to say about Rafael Lessard departing GMS Racing right now this week?
Well, you hate to see these things happen. I mean, he wasn't like the best so far this year. He was kind of average, but you still hate to see him, such a young kid, lose his job like that. It's not looking good for GMS in the business side of it. They're still really fast. They're still really competitive, and they can win any race, but they don't look good in the business side. I mean, there are 2 trucks that finished top 2 in points. Creed and St. Smith, blank white cards almost the whole year so far. It's definitely not a good look, and they need to fix that up, because you hate to see one of these guys who are really talented and can win won't be able to run full time because they don't have sponsorship. So hopefully they get that sorted out at least before the playoffs, because that's going to really come in handy. So hopefully GMS gets their act up together on the business side.
The next subject we're going to talk about is a bit more positive, and that is that Atlanta and Pocono and a few other tracks have announced that they will be going to full capacity this summer amid COVID slowly starting to come to an end. So I think that's great that tracks are slowly starting to open up and everything in general is starting to open back up. Pocono will be the first of those tracks on the schedule to open up so far for full capacity, and that will be in June. And that's the doubleheader where they'll race a cup race on Saturday and on Sunday. So that'll be an interesting weekend for sure. They've never done anything like that, scheduled at least. I know they did for Darlington last year, and that was because of COVID and everything, but never on the schedule they've had back-to-back races in the same weekend. So that'll be interesting. Atlanta, as I said, will be opening up pretty soon, and I think a few other tracks might open up as well, like Texas and Daytona in the next few weeks. They're in May, so we'll keep you guys updated on that if any other tracks start to open up to full capacity. And Matthew, what do you have to say about Pocono, Atlanta, and a few other tracks slowly starting to open back up to full capacity?
About time. It's nice to see that. I'm really looking forward to it. It helps me out for Martinsville later in the year, since that's like around October, November-ish, and we're already getting full capacity at June, so I'm happy to hear that. I'm sure both Circuit Americas and the Texas All-Star Race will probably full capacity, or at least near it. That's just my guess. And also Daytona in August. I'm just guessing that too. Yeah, it's definitely, I'm happy. I don't think all of them will be filled up, because I know there's still some people that might be hesitant to be in the large crowd, which is okay. It's their decision. They can do whatever they want. Anybody that wants to go to the race, they can go to the race. So it's all fine. I should try to go to that Atlanta race. I might have to do that. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to hearing the full crowd chants, and for me the boos, and of course you the cheers, as always, especially in Atlanta. We all know why.
Yeah, I know it's completely on the opposite side of the spectrum for us, since your driver is one of the more hated ones and gets a lot of boos, and my driver is the most popular ones and gets a bunch of cheers. But either way, it's great to hear that fans will be back in the stands, and drivers love them whether the fans like them or hate them. So it's great to see that fans will slowly start becoming back to the track at full capacity, and it's great that tracks are allowing 100% capacity, even though it might not get 100% filled. It's great that people have the option to be able to choose to go if they want to go to the race or not, and not have to worry about COVID protocols. So that's great to hear moving forward. Now we're going to hop into our picks, and since Matthew got a point last week, he chose that he wanted to have the Cup Series picks first, so I'm going to go with my Truck and Xfinity picks, and Xfinity picks and favorite throwbacks first. So for the Truck Series, I'm going to start with the Throwback, and honestly, I don't know the driver of this truck. It's the 02 truck, but he has an amazing throwback car, or truck, sorry, and it's going to be throwing it back to Ron Hornaday's number 6 truck that he ran back in the day. Ron Hornaday was a great champion in the series, great driver in the Truck Series, so I thought that was really cool. And it also pays tribute to Kevin Harvick's paint scheme too, when he drove the number 29 car, the Goodwrench car. So that's a very great throwback to two incredible drivers in the series. And for my truck pick, you already know who I'm going to go with. I'm going with John Hunter Nemechek. He's been the front runner and the leader of the pack so far in the Truck Series, and he's in the KBM equipment, so I feel like anywhere he goes that he has a chance of winning. So John Hunter Nemechek will be my truck pick. Hopping into the Xfinity Series, my favorite throwback is going to be Josh Berry's car. So he's throwing it back to his car owner, Dale Earnhardt Jr., the number 8 car that he won with in Daytona in July in 2001. I'm glad I finally got that right, because we tried recording last night and I completely butchered it up, and yeah, but anyways, I'm glad I got that right. But yeah, Josh Berry throwing it back to Dale Jr.'s 2001 win in July at Daytona, one of the biggest wins of Dale Jr.'s career and one of the biggest wins in NASCAR history, so it's great to see him throw it back to him. And my pick for Xfinity is going to be AJ Allmendinger. He also has a really cool throwback, and is throwing it back to his win in 2014, I believe. I think it was 2014, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow. I'm 2 for 2. I'm killing it so far with these picks and NASCAR knowledge and everything. So pat on the back to myself. But anyways, AJ Allmendinger is going to be my Xfinity pick. I feel like he's going to be really good at Darlington. He's got the experience, and I feel like that'll pay off for him in the long run there. So AJ Allmendinger will be my Xfinity pick. So Matthew, who are your truck and Xfinity picks and favorite throwback cars?
Well, my truck pick's gonna be Shield and Creed, even though they've been having the sponsorship issues. They still have really fast trucks, and I feel like he can get to victory lane. So I got Shield and Creed. As for my throwback favorite, of course, it has to be Tyler Anchorum's 26 Ricky Bobby paint scheme, the famous Wonder Bread car in Talladega Nights. Gotta love that paint scheme, a good old classic. They better make a diecast of that. I might consider getting that if they do. So that's my favorite throwback. For Xfinity Series, my pick is going to be, I'm trying to think, who do I, oh yeah, Brandon Jones. That's who I picked. Yeah, Brandon Jones. He was the winner there last year. I feel like he's been having kind of disappointing season so far. I feel like he can rebound with that Gibbs equipment this race. Track D is 1. So I got Brandon Jones. As for my favorite throwback is Xfinity Series, this guy's last name in the 26 Supra, Ferrucci. I know I just pronounced that wrong. Forgive me. But he's driving the Kyle Petty Hot Wheels throwback paint scheme, and that thing just looks awesome. So that's my favorite throwback.
It's great to see that they're throwing back to that movie, one of the greatest movies ever. So with that, now we're going to hop into our cup picks, and Matthew has the honor since he got a point last week and wanted to choose his cup picks first. So go ahead and tell me your 3 picks and your favorite throwback car for this week at Darlington.
So my main pick is going to be Martin Truex Jr. I mean, he's been really strong with the 750 horsepower tracks this year. He's already got 2 wins with this package and on short tracks, Phoenix and Martinsville. And he had really fast speed at Richmond until he got a penalty. So I definitely feel like Truex is going to get another win at Darlington. And my threat's going to be Kevin Harvick, because over the years he's always had fast cars. He hasn't had a lot of wins to show for it, but he's always had speed there, so he's my threat. And my sleeper is going to be William Byron. He's been so consistent. He's having a career year this year, already winning so many top 10s in a row. I still feel like he can win a couple more races this year, so I got William Byron as my 3rd pick. As for my favorite throwback, speaking of William Byron, it's got to be his Valvoline throwback. Always love the Valvoline cars. They always hold a special place to me. There's just something about those cars that makes me a love of those paint schemes. So that's my favorite throwback.
Yeah, I always love the Valvoline throwback car as well. The red, white, and blue in that car really pops. I think I actually have the Dale Jr. 2016 throwback, I believe, the Valvoline car. The 1/64th scale version of it.
Because it's right there on your wall.
Yeah, how do you know that I have
on your other wall
1/64th scale on my wall? Like, how do you know I have it up there? That's weird, bro. That's creepy. But
because that was the one that I always wanted when you
first got it.
That's just weird that
you know the diecast I have with, and I don't even know I have them. But so for me and my cup picks, I'm actually gonna start with my Darlington throwback paint scheme first that I really like, and that's going to be Alex Bowman's number 48 car. And it might be a weird color combination. It's like an aqua blue and a pink number, but I really like it, and the story behind it is really cool as well. It pays tribute to his crew chief Greg Ives and the car that he used to drive back in the day. So I thought it was really cool that Alex Bowman wanted to honor his crew chief and give a throwback car for him. So I thought that was really cool. And now I'm gonna hop into my cup picks. My main pick is going to be Kyle Larson. I feel like he he's one of the better cars so far this year, and I feel like that could continue this week at Darlington. Plus, Darlington is a driver's track, and you really need to know the equipment you're driving and race against the racetrack and manage tires and everything like that. So I feel like Kyle Larson will be very good there this weekend. My second pick is going to be Brad Keselowski. He also has been pretty good so far this season, and he does have a win at Darlington. So I feel like that would make him a pretty good threat pick. And my sleeper pick is going to be my man, Chase Elliott. You already know. But I have good reasoning for this. I do, trust me. So my reasoning is that last year at Darlington, he ran very well. Could have won both of those races easily, but late race circumstances did not go his way, and JGR cars just did not like Chase Elliott last year. So yeah, that's what happened last year, but maybe he'll get some redemption this year and hopefully get a win at Darlington. So yeah, I don't know what it was about last year and JGR cars not liking him, but we're going to move on now. We're going to move on to this week at Darlington, and hopefully he can get a redemption win this weekend. That is going to go ahead and wrap it up for this episode. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We had 3 episodes come out this week, so that was crazy with recording and editing and finals week and all of that, but it was fun to come and talk reviews, previews, and talk about the next gen car a little bit with you guys with our episode that came out yesterday. But we hope you guys enjoyed it, and we hope you enjoyed Throwback Weekend this week. There'll be a lot of cool stuff going on throughout the race as well. I know the broadcast likes to do some pretty cool things with Throwback Weekend as well. So our next video will be out on Monday, and that will be reviewing all of the action that happened at Darlington, and we will see you all in the next episode.